Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. In today's lesson, we will continue to learn about measures of location for grouped data. If you are ready, we will first learn to find the mode for grouped data. Then we will learn about quartiles, deciles, and percentiles for grouped data. In statistics, the word mode means the value in a data set that happens more than any others, the most frequently occurring value in a data set. This is the symbol we use for mode. To find the mode, find the most frequent value.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. In the first question, the most frequent value is 2. The mode is 2. This data has only one mode and is called unimodal. In the second question, every number is only there one time. This has no mode. The next question has 2 values, 4 and 8. This is called bimodal. That is, the data has 2 modal values. The last question is multimodal. This is because 10, 17, and 22 all appear 4 times. If a distribution has more than 2 modes, it is multimodal. Let us do some review. The mean is the total sum divided by number of values. The median is the middle value that separates the bigger and smaller halves of a data set. In this case, the number 3 is the median value. The mode is the most frequent number in a data set. Now that we understand mean, median, and mode, we are ready to learn about quartiles, deciles, and percentiles for grouped data. Quartiles are values that divide a set of data into 4 equal parts. Quartile comes from the Latin word for fourth. This is a good way to remember that quartile divide a grouped data set into 4 parts. There are 3 quartiles. Write them like this. Here is our data set. Put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest. This is an ordered data set. Then use the median to divide the ordered data set into 2 halves. Do not include the median into the halves. The lower quartile value is the median of the lower half of the data. The upper quartile value is the median of the upper half of the data. We can now see that quartiles divide the set of data into 4 equal parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. Very good, students. Now we will learn about deciles. Here is an image of a decile. In statistics, deciles are the 9 values that divide the sorted data into 10 equal parts. That means each part represents 1/10 of the sample or population. Decile comes from the Latin word for 10. But remember, there are 9 deciles. Here is another way of explaining. The first decile cuts off the lowest 10% of data, the 10th percentile. The fifth decile cuts off the lowest 50% of data, the 50th percentile. The 9th decile cuts off the lowest 90% of data, the 90th percentile. Deciles look like this. Calculating deciles, dividing a set of data into 10 equal parts, is easy if the data set can be easily divided by 10. First, arrange the values of the data set into ascending order. That is, from the lowest number to the highest number. Then, split the data up into sets of 10. The first set of 10 will be decile range number 1. The second set will be decile set number 2. For example, if you have a data set with 70 numbers, when you divide it, you will get 7 sets of 10, or 7 deciles. Percentiles are values that divide a data set into 100 equal parts. Percentile is related to the term percent. Percent comes from the Latin word meaning 100. There are 99 percentiles. Write them like this. This video will introduce percentiles.
In this clip, we're going to find out how to calculate percentiles. We'll start with simple examples, and there's other ways of calculating, but this is the most simple. Let's say you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, and you want to calculate the 20th percentile. This is what you do. You count how many numbers you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write that number down there. You multiply by 20. That 20 comes from the 20th percentile. And you divide by 100. When you do that, you get a 1. So this 1 signifies the first position here. So therefore, the 20th percentile is 1, or the first number on the list. So in this case, the 20th percentile is 2. Okay? So the 20th percentile is 2, or the first number on the list. Okay? Now another example here, you want to calculate the 40th percentile of these numbers. Again, count how many numbers you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's where that 6 comes from. You want the 40th percentile. That's what they're asking for. Divide by 100. When you do the arithmetic, you get 2.4. Okay? Round up to the nearest whole number, which is 3. Okay? So the 40th percentile is the third number on the list. Count. 1, 2, 3. So 6 is the 40th percentile of this list. So the 40th percentile is 6.
Let us do an activity to understand percentiles, quartiles, and deciles. Please begin.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. Let us discuss the answers. This is what I found for question A. 1 represents the first position in our ordered data set, which is a 2. So, 2 is the 20th percentile. This is what I found for question B. This is what I found for the last 2 questions. The 5th decile is also the 50th percentile, which is also the median. Now that we know how to complete quartile, decile, and percentile calculations, let us look at how to perform them using grouped data. The calculations are similar, with minor variations in the formulae. First, add a column to your grouped data to show the cumulative frequency of the dataset, like this. You need the cumulative frequency for quartile, decile, and percentile calculations. To calculate a quartile, use this formula. Let us calculate the first quartile. Where the lower class boundary of the first quartile class is 24.5 plus the number of the quartile times the total cumulative frequency, 40, divided by 4, minus the cumulative frequency of the previous class, 5, divided by the frequency in this class, times the size of the class interval. Therefore, our answer for the first quartile would be 28.07. The decile is calculated in a similar fashion using this formula. And you can calculate the percentile for grouped data using this formula. Working with grouped data can seem tricky at first, but the application of the formulae we have seen and careful calculation can achieve quick and correct results. Teacher, would you please assist the students through further exercises to calculate quartile, decile, and percentile of grouped data? The practice will be very helpful for the students. Very good, students. We have learned many things about statistics today. We learned about the mode for grouped data. Then we learned about quartiles, deciles, and percentiles for grouped data. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.